Why did my oil pump fail? Well, we don't know for sure, but we have some ideas. First, there was two factors present that hadn't been present in any break-in running prior. So we were running it up to 6,800 RPM on the dyno. And this motor's built to make power up top. That was always the plan. I'd only run it to 5,000 RPM with the running it in the car with breaking it in prior. I also switched it over the day before from the 10W30 break-in oil to 20W50, so slightly thicker oil. Speaking to Gordon Raymond, he says there's a good chance I was using a pump from a later FI car, which is made to run on thinner oil and to less RPMs, in which case they have in his words, a short service life in other applications such as mine. Roman told me in 40 years of building and working on and racing Alphas, this has happened a total of 3 times to him, including myself here. So, not common in that regard. That said, I spoke to I speak regularly to another YouTuber, Alpha YouTuber here, named Paul, and he said he had it happen once or twice to him. So, it does happen. I'm not sure yet if there was a better pump I could have used. It sounds like there's a good possibility of that, or if it was just old metal fatigued that we're pushing too far. I certainly want to stack the cards in my favor and do everything we can to make this not happen again moving forward. The all too familiar garage. Here we are. So I spent the day after the dyno pretty much doing nothing except being bummed out. But I have since done a little bit further analysis, and the dyno I was at was Ed Pink Race Engines, and they had motor builders there and stuff, and they were quite helpful in helping me tear into this thing while on the dyno, while paying for dyno time. But they were very nice and helpful in diagnosing what happened. So I'm confident they quite quickly found the issue with the oil pump faster than I would have on my own. So we also had the cam covers off there, and all the timing chains were intact, and cam timing looks good. So since I've gotten home, wasn't expecting any damage up top in the cylinder walls, but scoped those. They look good, no scoring. I drained the oil, nothing on the magnetic drain cap or drain plug, which is kind of to be expected. Even if something did break, it probably, the thing shut down so quick, it probably wouldn't have made it to that plug. The oil looks good. I think I'm gonna screen it or sift it just to see if there's any particles in there, but that oil only has like 2 hours on it. So I did pull the cam cover off again and just double checked everything's timed well. So the things I have not done are a leak down test, which I'm not sure is necessary. I don't think there's any top end damage. I mean, there like the mechanical timing of the motor wasn't thrown out at all. But that's something I could do. I think something it sounds like I probably should do is when I pull the lower pan after I find an oil pump solution, is maybe I'll pull some main and rod bearing caps to see if there's any damage to the bearings. So short of doing that, short of doing those things, I think I've done about everything I can at this point, and I mean, all signs so far are positive, pointing towards the motor being okay. And the people I've talked to have had this happen. None of them have said that the motor was not okay after. So that's all encouraging. You know, I'm a little apprehensive because pretty much everything that could go wrong with this car has gone wrong. So I'm not, I said before, I'm not superstitious, but I feel like if something bad could happen, it's going to happen to me with this thing, with the engine. But so far so good. I'm feeling a lot better than I was a few days ago. As far as next steps, I'm already sourcing stuff that I need. There's a few tools that I didn't have that I needed to swap this pump. Roman's helping me source a good oil pump, and I'm anxious to get it here and get it swapped in and fire this thing up. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. In the meantime, there's a bunch of parts I've made on this car that I haven't made videos on that I think is interesting content, but I was just kind of head down with final assembly. Now I have time, so stay tuned and I'll show you some of that stuff. Thanks.